Welcome back. Our next story is for all you ska lovers out there.
That's right. The Toronto ska scene seems to be pretty hot these days with events going on in the Queen and Bathurst area. And our next story actually profiles local musician Dan Cohen, part of the band Stop, Drop, and Skank. So why don't we go right into that?
Yeah.
Dan Cohen is an up-and-coming musician on the Toronto scene. He's the lead man of local ska band Stop, Drop, and Skank, but also puts his creativity and passion into his solo and artistic ventures.
I go to OCAD, doing some like digital sort of art, CGI kind of based stuff, but also like acoustics. It's basically digital sort of mediums, everything from web design to audio, video kind of stuff. It's more focused on audio and video. Like OCAD gives you a space to do your work. I guess you just have to be self-motivated. Well, I guess the first guitar my dad gave me was like Ovation acoustic. I think I was probably like 12. Basically taught myself. My brother's like an awesome kind of composer, so I learned a lot from him. Yeah, okay, so I'm involved in a few different projects. The main one I'm doing right now is Stop, Drop, and Skank. It started as a three-piece back in grade 10, and just kind of expanded right from then. It's a 6 to 8 piece sort of ska, reggae, folk, indie band, horns. Started off as more like ska, reggae, punk. Well, we still got punk elements, but like we kind of tried to branch off into more mature sounds. And I got Total Harmonic collaboration just with Gavin from SDS, fun thing. And then I just do some just like random stuff on my own.
Dan Cohen is a great musician. I've known him since grade 11. He did a lot of cool stuff in film and video and non-traditional arts. He did a lot of experimental movies and a lot of experimental music and compositions. He's just extraordinary. You can tell the different styles and how different his stuff is compared to other artists. Even in Stop, Drop, and Skank, that band is pretty big in the ska community and stuff, and you can tell which songs he's put his touch on and his talent into, and it really stands out a lot.
I don't know, like I'll just write a song, play it on acoustic guitar normally, or do a little diddly on the piano, and then I'll, throw a quick little recording of it, and just build off of that. Just chords, and I'd sing out melodies and just play it. That's why I still do that though. I'll like just sing along and then I'll play the notes.
I don't know, I wouldn't want to set my standards too high, because realistically it's very tough to make it in the music industry. So I definitely have my fallbacks, but the dream achievement, I guess, is just making a living off doing this.
If you thought that was cool, then you're definitely going to enjoy this next piece.
Well, we'll now be taking a look into the wonderful world of dance. This next segment is about a young gentleman named Abby Tobias, building an entertainment company from the ground up. Well, actually, like from his mom's basement.
You know, actually, Nisha, for like a long time, I was pretty much like the premier, like best dancer in Canada. Break dancer, mostly.
What was your street name?
It was White Lightning. Yeah. I'm just well.
Can you show us something?
I can probably bust something out right now. There's a lot of this going on. It's like
Keep going. Keep embarrassing yourself. That's fine.
That was when I had like my other phase of dance, a little bit of that in it,
Ew.
but mostly was just the.
Let's just go to the clip.
In it, you know.
Soul power is why I am able to afford nice things and live a nice life. I want to see the new dancer, the new singer, the new performer, anything I can do to like support the dance community I do. I would trade it all if I could do one windmill. Soul Power is a cross between an events production company, an artist management company, and just a fun place to be, realistically. So we produce about 300 events a year across Canada, primarily in Toronto. And so people would hire us either for production, so like lighting, staging, video, or talent. So DJ, dancer, musician, so on and so forth. So our best case scenario is an event where people hire us to do both, obviously. In some cases, we would come in and just set up video screens. In some cases, we would go in and just provide break dancers. And in some cases, we provide both. And then from there, the Soul Power is the umbrella that holds Scratch Lab, which is Canada's biggest DJ school, Canada's only DJ school. The A-Team DJs, which is a DJ management company. Keys and Crates, which is a band that we represent, and 6 Degrees, which is a nightclub that we own. The pressures are insane. I have next to no social life, but that's the way it is. Ever since I was young, I missed the parties, and I didn't do those things because I was working. When everyone else leaves, I'm here, and when I go home, the first thing I do is log onto my office computer and do more work, and I check my voicemail 4 or 5 times a night, and it never ends. The pressure is unmatchable, but knock on wood, like, I wouldn't have it any other way. The challenges that I face are, it's very hard to get to the top. It's 1,000 times harder to stay on the top. And I felt like we in our first probably 4 years shot to the top of the events business in Canada, like widely recognized as the best at what we do. But in the entertainment business, it's really what have you done for me lately? And so we don't get repeat business because they like us. So we have to constantly stay creative, coming up with new concepts. So if I don't have the right performers, then we're nothing. Because people can go anywhere to get a light or a speaker or a microphone, but they come here and take that because they want a particular band, a particular DJ, or so on and so forth. Now, luckily at this point, if I go and want to hire a musician in the city, they already know who we are because we have a great reputation amongst musicians. But to get to that point was certainly a big challenge. Like, why should we come work for you? We can go work for someone established. So not many people, when it actually comes down to it, want to give the little guy a break. So it's hard. It's a hard challenge. But still to this day, I'm possibly the only entertainment company in the world that doesn't advertise. We're strictly word of mouth based. So we do events hoping that people will leave an event saying, wow, those guys were good, or whatever it is. As much as I'd love to take credit for being the world's greatest anything, I work really hard. I walked through the right door at the right time. I had a lot of good people helping me. I got lucky. I got a lot of things happen at the same time. And one thing that I am is I'm ballsy, and I have hunger, right? So I never stood still, because a lot of guys would have taken Soul Power to like here and then just stayed there because it was safe. And it's like, you know what, I'm making good money and I'm safe. And that's not me at all. So I risk this whole business every day. But because of that, it actually makes us much hungrier, because I know that I can live with nothing. So I risk it all trying to get to the next level. It's different. Like, I know guys who come from really, really wealthy families, and there's an expectation that you have to stay at that level. And so, yeah, I have a nice house and I drive a nice car and all that, but I know that I don't need it. So I make more savvy business decisions because of that. I'm not really that smart, so I don't know what I would have done had I not done this. I maybe would be working for some idiot, or I don't know. What can I say? I played basketball when I was young. I was good at it, but I'm Jewish, so how far could I have really gone? The Jewish League, final score like 10-6. So I don't know. I'd be in trouble if I wasn't doing this.
Y'all ready? We want to see who's got some energy out there rolling that body.
My advice for anyone who wants to start their own company is do it. I think it's great. I think, having worked for someone else and worked for myself, it's great. All the pressure is on you. I have the luxury of sleeping in if I want to, but I also know that if I lose 2 hours worth of sleep, that's 2 hours lesser for my company, right? So it's all on me. But I also think it's important to have something to offer. You can work for someone for 10 years, build up a little nest egg of money, and then say, I'm going to go start my own company. But if it doesn't work, then that's 10 years worth of income down. So you got, I'd be way too arrogant to be able to say this is how you do it. I honestly don't know how you do it. can tell you that I did work for 9 years in this business. I already had a great name and a great following. The day I opened up my doors, I had people running to me, which was amazing, but I don't think that's necessarily always the case. I guess my advice would be to speak to people about who've done it, you know, and try and make an educated decision.